Hello guys, so in that video, into
Now you can see this aloe vera, so I'm gonna use on my face because sometimes I get pimples, and pimples, to remove pimples, aloe vera works so good, and to increase your glow on face, so you can use it. So I'm gonna use it first. I'm gonna cut this knife and this aloe vera, and I'm gonna cut it like that. I'm done, maybe. Yeah.
2020, 5 years back from now, I was talking with an aloe vera in my hand and I was scrubbing on my face in order to get glow. Did I get it? You decide. And in that video, 5 years later than that, we don't have adequate infrastructure. Like, we don't have the basic things. For example, you'll be surprised that chair, tables, classrooms, desks, libraries, and other tools that are important, especially in the rural regions where people don't get those things compared to the people who live in society. I mean, in city, they get the things faster, they get to improve themselves faster, and they get the advanced tools. So, how can you expect a student to do better when they study in an uncomfortable place, overcrowded place? It does not only affect their ability to study. I'm talking English like that. So I was speaking English like that to that. So what changed? Do you think I got to know better grammar? No, absolutely not. So there are other things that change. So I'm going to explain them in front of you. And I have categorized them into three segments. So before I move on from there, I'm going to say something that if you think your English is like that and you want to improve, you really want to improve and want to get real English and you want to speak like that. So my suggestion to you, focus on this very video, because in that video I'm going to explain my journey, real journey, that how did I from there I came here. So what changed? So three things have changed. First, the confidence. Second, the practice. Third, a lot of experience. So when I say experience, what does it mean? What do I mean by experience? Is that I spoke a lot? No. Experience in general. Like, I have been with so many people from different backgrounds, and I have been working in a company, and I have read a lot. I have seen the world much better. So that experience actually created a world inside me, created some words, created a perspective through which I can make line. So I mean experience these things, that I have been with different people, so my sense of experience has grown. So I can make sentences, I can talk, going out of my comfort zone, my range. So that's I'm talking about experience. When you grow with your, by getting age, you increase your experience, your range of words, your range of knowledge, and you speak from that. Second, when I talk about confidence, what do I mean by that? So confidence is that before, in that time, in that phase of my life, I didn't have much experience of talking in front of camera or even talking at all. But now I have talked a lot, so my confidence is boosted up. So that actually drive me, and that made me speak English like that. So confidence has a lot of things to do with that, because when you're confident enough, you don't shake, you don't like hesitate to speak in front of people, because you have already spoken so many times. So you just take a moment and speak up. So this is you. And confidence can come in any shape. You just need to speak. So first one, and the most important one, is speaking practice. So when I say speaking practice, and I compared these two videos, Do you think that I developed in grammar? Not at all. Trust me, no. Even in that time, my grammar was better because still at that time, 2019-20, I used to get A plus in grammar, and that time my rules, I knew rules, like that was raw knowledge, solid, very up to date. But now I forgot the definitions, the rules. I can speak, but the definitions. So grammar didn't change. Rather, you can say grammar was there, but it came here, little bit downward. But the practice makes me perfect. So my practice made me here. I kept memorizing the grammar, and I practicing with that. I kept reading. So by reading and practicing, my mouth actually got used to of speaking. My mind got used to of speaking. So when you're used to of speaking, like particular lines, particular sentences, your mind doesn't hesitate. It doesn't shake. You don't mumble. You don't fumble. Nothing. So even in these days, with some words, some lines, I get difficulties to pronounce. But I know that if I pronounce it for 5 days or 5 times, maybe I'll get used to of it that too, and that will be my word. So in that 5 years, every day, like if possible, I used to read newspaper loudly. So it kept me busy in talking, pronouncing words first, and then I kept myself talking. That I used to pep talk, pep talk, talking to yourself. So by doing so, I also still kept practicing, kept pronouncing the words, and also I kept talking to people in English. There was another way of practicing it. And lately, I found an app through which I can speak to people from any backgrounds at anytime. So these things in general, practice in general, that helped me to be here to speak like that. So now from here, if you want to speak like that, remember these things. Grammar, maybe basic, that will be really okay, but practice. When you keep practicing, it will bring the confidence and experience you'll gather by growing up. But the practice, you have to do it spontaneously and by taking an initiative. It doesn't happen like that. It's you who has to do something in order to implement it. You know what I mean? One more thing. If you think your English is like that, but you want to improve and you want your fluency to be like that boy right sitting next to you, so, but you're afraid, you have doubts about yourself. You think, no, your talent is not fair enough that you can speak like that, you can go to that level. But my friend, I used to speak like that, even worse than that, but I speak like that. I can express my feelings, and I'm able to understand people speaking their feelings. So if I can do that, anyone can do that, because I'm one of you and I come from that background. So you can do that.